G'day and welcome to episode 60 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean and this is my weekly podcast where I share my quilting adventures, what I've been working on, what I've achieved and what I have coming up in the near future. I'd like to welcome both new and returning viewers to the podcast. If you are new, please take a few moments to say hi in the comments. We always love to know we have new friends. But let's go ahead and get started with my works in progress. I got quite a bit achieved this week. I'm very, very proud of my achievements and what I got done. And the thing I want to show you first up is something I am very proud of because it took quite a bit of time to get done. I've been working on the Sew Place Like Home, which is a quilt along by Art East Quilt Company. It's a wonderful little company in Nova Scotia, Canada, and it is a sew along which is themed after Wizard of Oz. I have done 3 blocks so far, which was the Dorothy, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, and this week I was able to finish up the Lion, and he looks super cute. So here he is. I'll give you a broader view first. And then I'm going to come in a little bit and show you a little bit further. He's got a cute little bow on his hair and a lot of half square triangles. And this is all traditional piecing. I get this question a bit, is it FPP or traditional? And it's all traditional. It is a lot of stitch and flip. It is not a terribly difficult pattern. It's well written, but I would recommend this for someone that is either intermediate or above, because there is a lot of working with very small pieces here as well. So if you want to give it a go, I really do encourage you to do so. It's a wonderful pattern. I've had a blast doing it, and I've learned so much from it. So that's what I have so far for my works in progress. We do have some more fun stuff to show you later on the podcast, but let's go ahead and do our week in review, which, if you're new to the channel, is just a series of videos, mostly of me sewing, but I also include some of our dogs who are very popular, and whatever else we get up to, so I hope you enjoy. Can you believe we're up to 60 episodes already? I really thought we were like at 58, 59. It wasn't until I started to record this that I realized we're actually at episode 60. What an achievement. I'm so proud of that. So last week I asked everybody if you could make a quilt using only 3 colors, which ones would you use? I loved seeing all the answers, and I just believe each and every one of you that answered has a beautiful eye for color, because I was looking at those colors and I'm thinking to myself, these would make absolutely beautiful quilts. So yeah, great job everybody. You have wonderful eyes for color, and if I ever need help in a quilt shop, I know who to call now. So this week, speaking of patterns and fabric and everything else, I would love to know, do you choose the pattern first and then the fabric, or do you go get fabric first and then choose the pattern to find the fabric? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. So now it's time to talk about my goals, and the goals are something I try to do every week just to give myself some motivation and an idea of what I want to get achieved that week. I don't always hit it, and that's okay. It's a goal, not a deadline. So last week I told myself I would like to get some done on the Sew Place Like Home, which I achieved. I also wanted to get some work done on the t-shirt quilt, which I achieved, and I also wanted to do something on the Hunter Star, which I didn't get to, but you know, that's okay. So this week I would like to move back and do some more work on the Mythical Dark. Since I've only got a few blocks left, I'd love to get some more progress, or even close to getting that quilt top done. And then I'd like to go ahead and get some more work done on the Hunter Star, since we haven't done that in a couple of weeks. Let me know what your goals are in the comments. So in case you missed it, I had a few videos come out this week. First of all, Monday I had the last of the quarterfinals in the Battle of the Fabrics. And if you haven't found out which one of those 2 fabrics won, duck over and hit that video up. And then on Friday I released the first of the semifinals, because we're down to the final 4 fabrics. And if you haven't voted yet, please do so. Head over there. Its voting will remain open until Sunday evening tonight. And your team may need your support, because every vote's counting. It's very, very close. It's down between the doggos, the rainbow doggos, and the snowflakes. And both teams have a lot of supporters. But if you want your You wanted to get in, you need to vote. And then yesterday I had my friend Danny from So Not an Expert. She's such a lovely young lady. We hung out for about an hour and a half. I worked on my t-shirt quilt. She was chain piecing her log cabin block, and we just had a blast. If you haven't checked that out, please go over and hit the replay. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So we have several videos planned for this week. Tomorrow night I will release the results of the Doggos versus Snowflakes in the Battle of the Fabrics, and then also bring up the last two fabrics in the Battle of the Fabrics in the semifinals. So definitely check that out and cast your votes. On Wednesday, I plan to release a video on how to prepare a baseball jersey or similar type of thing to be turned into a panel for a t-shirt quilt. Something I tackled last week. I thought it'd make a great tutorial video, so definitely check it out. It's been recorded. I just need to edit it and upload it on Wednesday. On Friday, we're going to go into the finals of the Battle of the Fabrics. We'll be down to the last two. You get to choose which of those two will be the winner. And then on Saturday morning, I will have my friend Stephanie from Stephanie Stitches. We're going to hang out, have a little bit of sewing time together, and we also have a very special announcement that you don't want to miss. So definitely check that out, 8 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. This coming weekend is going to be the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival, which is in Hampton, Virginia, which is very close to where I live, thankfully. I always love when they have a major quilt show at your back doorstep. And I plan on attending at least on Saturday, and hopefully on Friday afternoon if all goes well. But I mentioned last week I wanted to have an event where you guys can, come up and say hi and introduce yourselves, and I wanted to provide more details. Right now, I'm thinking about doing it at 12 noon around the area close to the concession stands where the tables are. I will be wearing this bright pink shirt with my little logo on it. I'm 6'5". You will not miss me, especially in the bright pink shirt. But I would love it if you do plan on coming by and saying hi. Send me an email at theguywhosews@gmail.com, so that way if I have to change the time or the location or something else like that, I can just send everybody a quick email and say, hey, this is what's going to happen. But right now, I'm planning on between 12 and 12:30, around the tables near the concession stands. I think that'll be the best place to kind of meet up and say hi. I would love it if you come by and say hi. But if you see me wandering around at the festival, just introduce yourself. I'd be happy to meet you. I always love hearing your suggestions, your comments, and everything else. I'm a bit behind on replying to comments, but please be assured I have read them, and I love hearing your suggestions. If there's something that you'd like me to add, please let me know. I had someone tell me the other day with the Battle of the Fabrics that I should do something fun with the winning fabric, and I think that's an absolutely fantastic idea. I hadn't really given it much thought, but I think that's something I really, really want to do. So thank you for your suggestions. I do listen to them, and if it's something I think is good for the channel, I'm going to do it. So please always let me know if you want to do it in the comment, or if you'd rather send me an email, do it that way. Either way works for me. And now I'm very excited to be able to show you a completed quilt top. As you probably know already, I've been working on a t-shirt quilt for a dear co-worker of mine who lost a brother about a year ago quite suddenly, and I wanted to make this quilt for her so that way she could bring back some memories of her brother and remember all the fun things like that. So I've been working on the quilt top, and last week got to see the first two rows, and I am excited to show you the completed quilt top. And I'm going to show you this as best I can, and then I've also taken a little video that I'll put up in just a moment so you can see it in more detail. But this is probably what you saw last week, and come on, out you go. And then this next row where you see the Orioles, that's actually the jersey, that's actually the baseball jersey I cut up and did, and then this here, yeah, it's almost impossible for me to do properly. So I'm putting a video up here now, so that way you can kind of see the quilt in more detail. So now we're just going to go ahead and put the backing on it, and I would love to hear your input as to what sort of backing, what color, pattern, that sort of thing. Originally I was thinking maybe somebody Baltimore Orioles fabric to put on the back. My wife Amanda suggested just plain black might work. Let me know what you think as well. I'd love to get your input. So that pretty much concludes today's episode. I thank you for joining me for episode 60 and supporting me all the way through from episode 1. I know some of you guys have been here from day 1 or day 2, and that means the absolute world to me. So thank you for joining me. It's been a great time. Happy sewing, and we'll see you next time. And I hope to see some of you next Saturday, and maybe even Friday, at the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Festival. Have a great day and happy sewing. Bye.